Welcome, everybody, to the round 5 for the Red River Valley iRacing League HRH Motorsports Dirt Street Stock Series. Coming from the Fairbury Speedway. Hopefully you guys are ready for a little bit of short track action tonight. Remember, first up, we got the HRH Dirt Street Stock Series. Then right behind them is going to be the Coreg Super Late Models. All the action coming from Fairbury this evening. Hopefully you guys are ready to rock and roll with that. I know I'm excited. I know these guys are as well. Tonight, like I said, we're coming from Fairbury Speedway in Fairbury, Illinois. Quarter-mile dirt track, 70 degrees outside right now, 73% humidity. A little bit of wind this evening, so we'll see how these guys handle it in dirt streets. Shouldn't affect it too much, but when we get into the supers, it might change a little bit, so it could get a little bit interesting. Gonna be a little bit wild, tight track, a lot of room, but it can be very tight when you get a whole bunch of cars in one little area. So definitely looking forward to it. These guys, I know it could be a little bit interesting starting out, but hopefully they can give each other some room as we move forward with the race event this evening. For those of you that are new, Dirt Street Stocks, we can have a total of 40 cars in here. Tonight, sadly, a lot of guys had some things going on. We're not going to have a full field by the way it sounds, but we do have 15 cars in the lineup tonight. So everyone will make the A-main, mind you. They got 30 minutes practice time, which means about 6 more minutes, and then we'll get back into heat race number 1. And if we did have a full field for future races, for you guys tuning back in, it's going to be 4 heats. Top 6 will always transfer out of the 10-car field. The rest will move on to the B-main, which will have 16 cars, and top 12 transfer to the A-main. A-main, depending on the track tonight, it's only going to be 30 laps, but it's going to vary in the upcoming races. We might add more, we might add less. It really just depends on track size. I have a feeling the least amount you'll ever see is 30 laps on the track. So these guys are ready to rock and roll. We got Big Bacon out on the track. OC Ricky Bobby Imbus is helping me with race control tonight as I finally get the broadcast. I am just praying to God that we don't have any kind of issues like I was having last night not last night, but the night before with the Red River Valley Fun Run with the big black modifieds at Cedar Lake. But should be good to go. Everything seems to be running right, so I'm looking forward to getting the show on the road for you guys. It's going to get a little interesting. It's going to get a little wild. Definitely interested to see what happens. Out right now during the practice session, Dylan Simmons, who we're actually watching at 33 car, he's got the quick time as right now with a 14.83. Right behind him is Shane Yates, two-time winner this season already for the Red River Valley iRacing League, HRH Motorsports Dirt Street Stocks. He's right behind him in second place with the 14.88. So it should be interesting. These guys are going to have a lot of room, but at the same time, not enough room. So we'll see what these guys can do as far as putting on a show. I want to thank everyone that is with us this evening. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Everyone at Red River Valley iRacing League appreciates it. And I know all these drivers appreciate it as well. They love seeing the chat. They love all the reactions. They love the chance to get a chance to show off their talents on iRacing. Hopefully you guys all enjoy it as well. Speaking of our two-time winner this season, Shane Yates is out on the track to get the last couple of laps in during this practice session. We will have the Lightspeed John Deere tractors out there this evening, so there will be a little bit of track prep toward the end of it, toward the end of the session here with the warm-up session and whatnot, being the chance for them to tear it up as much as they'd like. So we'll see what they got in mind, how slick they want to make it. It's going to be a little bit tacky to start out. We'll see how these guys handle it out, though. Either way, again, thank you to each and every one of you guys that have tuned in this evening. We love the support. We cannot thank you guys enough. This whole idea has just blown up beyond proportion, faster than we all could ever imagine. That would not have happened without you. Thank you all very much for every bit of the support that you guys give us on a weekly basis. We're going to actually take him right along. Oh, looks like he's going to pull off the track. Yeah, he's pulling off for practice session. Tough deal, but we got a couple of guys still out there throwing it around on the track. Jack Weaver in that 34 car, he's a regular that you have seen each week. Looking forward to seeing him throw it around Fairbury this evening. Right to the inside of him is Jason Gunnels, another HRH Motorsports member. We do have a new member in the lobby this evening. A lot of you guys might know him. He streams on Facebook, but Ryan Underwood has made his way into the Red River Valley iRacing League. He is in here this evening. He will not make the super late models, but we're glad to see him in here, at least for this. We'll actually hop on board with Shane Yates here, right along with him as he goes a lap around Fairbury. Like I said, it's a wide track, but when you get a lot of guys together, it can get a little bit interesting. You're going to see some guys throw it low just like Shane has here, but it's got to have the right drive off of the corner as he tries to get a lap done around on the bottom. It's a lot harder than you would think it would be. So far, it still looks like we're going to only have 15 drivers this evening, which that is perfectly fine. To those of y'all that did not make it, you're just going to have to work a little bit harder when it comes time to actually try and win your money at the end of the season. Remember, y'all, it's $100 to the winner takes all for the Dirt Street Stock Series, and then the Core Ag, you got $100 purse for first place at season end, $50 for second, and $25 for third, and that is the same exact lineup also for the Twisted 360s. This is gonna be interesting. Ain't the first short track we came to so far. We hit up Lanier second week of the season, then Limaland right after that. So it's not gonna be easy for some guys. I can promise you that. We'll see who all is able to make it into the server. It looks like we got another 30 seconds before we start heat race number 1. Caleb Durgan last minute join in. He's hopping in that 17 machine. Another HRH member. We got Dalton Hayden, another regular that you guys have seen quite often. He is also in here with us. Looking forward to tonight's action, though. Plenty of, as we see, I get the checkered flag on the keyboard here. We got practice finishing up here just shortly. We're going to move on to heat race number 1 for the HRH Motorsports Dirt Street Stock Series. The way she's going to line up, starting on pole, is going to be Brad Pease in that 21 car. I think iRacing's playing with me again here, y'all. I do apologize for that. I had that odd feeling. Let's see. Yeah, oh, it is the 21. For some reason, I was thinking he was the 9. I do apologize for that. But either way, Brad Pease starting on pole. Outside of him, going to be Jason Gunnels in that 4T car. Starting third, the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee in that 55. Outside of him, going to be Jack Weaver in the 34. Shane Yates, our 2-time winner already this season, going to be starting rolling off 5th. Outside of him, the newcomer is going to be Ryan Underwood, Team VLR. Robert Charette going to be starting 7th, and then BJ Sheldon going to be rounding out the 8-car field. 8 cars in the field, 8 laps the distance. We'll see what these guys can do as we're going to get this heat race number 1 underway. Definitely looking forward to seeing this. It's been a little bit of an interesting week for me. I've been having some technical issues with equipment and whatnot, but hopefully we've got that all figured out. Hopefully we can roll in a good stream. So far, so good, so knock on wood with me. This time by, pace truck's going to pull off the back stretch. I do believe that it does. Caution lights out. We're going green flag racing for heat race number 1. Looks like our leader, Brad Pease, may either be blinking or pulled off the track. I'm not quite sure at this moment. Either way, green flag in the air. We're heat race number 1 racing. Jason Gunnels throwing it up to the high side, but the Wild Child throws it back down to the bottom. Teammates racing side by side. Shane Yates already up from 5th into 3rd. Ryan Underwood, though, making that high line work at the 46 car right underneath him. Jack Weaver in the 34. These guys are already off to a wicked start so far. Ryan Underwood gets into the wall a little bit in turn 1 and 2, able to keep it under control, though. Your leader, though, the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee. But it has a battle on the inside from Shane Yates in that 111 car. Shane throws it down to the bottom. Ryan Underwood throws it into the middle. Gonna have a 3-wide battle for 3rd right now. Jack Weaver down low. Ryan Underwood in the middle. Jason Gunnels way up high. Shane Yates, your new leader in heat race number 1. He got around the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee in that 55 car. Next time by, we're going to be halfway, and Ryan Underwood just about gets collected in with Jason Gunnels there. Jason throws it down to the bottom. Ryan keeps it up high this time. Interesting battle between these guys right now. Your leader still Shane Yates, but Jonathan Lee is not letting him out of his sight. Halfway down, half to go for heat race number 1. Jason's trying to make that bottom line work, just not enough drive off. He's still got the battle, though, on the outside of Ryan Underwood in the 46 car. Jack Weaver going to be trying to figure out what's going to be the best line and maybe advance at least 1, maybe 2 more spots in this heat race. Every spot counts. Great battle, though, between Jason Gunnels and Ryan Underwood. Jack Weaver gives Jason a little bit of a tap on the rear end. They're able to keep it under control, though. Loses some time, but able to hold on to that 5th spot. White flag in the air for your leader, Shane Yates in that 111 car. Able to open up about a 2nd lead over 2nd place, the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee. Last time for heat race number 1, coming out of turn number 4, your winner tonight's gonna be Shane Yates. Not a bad start for Fairbury. Can't complain too much there. As I said, your winner tonight for heat race number 1 is going to be Shane Yates, going to be your winner. Jonathan Lee, the Wild Child, coming home 2nd. Ryan Underwood 3rd. Jason Gunnels back to 4th. Jack Weaver 5th. Robert Charette coming home 6th. 7th going to be BJ Sheldon, and Brad Pease did not make the call to that race. He starts first, ends up last. Rough go of it there. We're going to move on to heat race number 2, though. Wade Burris going to be starting on pole in the 98 car. Outside of him, going to be... Oh my God, I know he sent this to me. David Sorry, David. Then, starting inside road number 2 is the Big Bacon Casey Satch in the 27 car. Outside of him is going to be Dalton Hayden in the 989. Caleb Durgan going to be starting 5th in that 17 machine. Outside of him is going to be Justin Simmons in the 33S car. Joshua Dennison going to be starting 7th out of Australia. And outside of him going to be the other Simmons brother, Dylan Simmons. 8 laps the distance for heat race number 2. Heat race number 1 went pretty well overall. We'll see if these guys can keep it up as we move on into the next heat race. This time by caution lights should be out on the pace track. Pace track's going to be pulling onto the inside. We're going green flag racing next time by. Wade Burris in the 98 car on the go pedal. Bacon gives him a little nudge to get him moving here into turn number 1. Wade Burris making that middle line work. Oh, it gets a little bit of a tight action between David and Bacon there. Bacon falls back to 3rd, holds on to that spot, but Caleb Durgan throws it down to the bottom. Is he going to be able to get past Bacon this time? Corner exit, he does. Advantage Durgan that time. Moves up into 3rd spot. Going to take 2nd away from David now in the 33 car. 3 wide battle for 3rd right now. Bacon in the middle. It's a bacon sandwich. Trying to hold on to those cars, man. They're doing what they can. Joshua Dennison in that 04 car doing what he can on the bottom to try and take that spot away from Big Bacon as Bacon's making it 3 wide now for that position. Caleb is under attack, y'all. These guys are giving you plenty of action. Heat race number 2 already. David falls all the way back into 8th position. Now started 2nd. Rough go of it in heat race number 2, but able to keep it under control. He's still back there. Wade Burris still out front, your leader, but the battle is for 2nd right now. Bacon steals it away from Durgan, but Joshua Dennison, that 04 car, is not letting him out of his sight. Trying to make that middle line work. Durgan gets into the back of Bacon. Lets him know he's still there. Halfway down, half to go for your leader, Wade Burris. Is he going to be able to let these guys battle it out and run to a victory? Let's see. Joshua Dennison side by side with Durgan in that 17 car, able to keep it. Oh, gets a little loose coming off corner exit there, able to keep it under control as we see Josh Simmons get loose off that corner as well. Bacon making that high side work. Durgan trying to make the middle work, throws it down to the bottom this time, right in front of Joshua in the 04 car. Joshua trying to get back on that go pedal as quick as he can as Bacon takes away that 2nd spot. Now Durgan following in his footsteps on the high side. This time by a white flag in the air for your leader, Wade Burris. Joshua Dennison holds onto that 4th position. Durgan back into 3rd, but the winner for heat race number 2 is going to be Wade Burris. Not a bad run for him. They were battling to beat hell right behind him. He was able to walk away and get an easy victory. Heat race number 2 is going to finish up just like... Come on. Software's playing with me, y'all. I do apologize. Heat race number 2 going to finish up just like this. Your winner, the Wade Burris in the 98 car, coming home 2nd. Durgan was able to get the last spot away from Bacon at the line. Takes 2nd away from Big Bacon, Casey Salvage. Bacon falls back to 3rd in that 27. Joshua Dennison is going to be coming on 4th. Dalton Hayden 5th. Dylan Simmons 6th. Justin Simmons 7th. David Tamashi and falls back to 8th. Rough go of it. But as I said, we do not have a full field tonight. We are moving on to our warm-up session for these guys. Sad to see, but all part of it. Either way, we're going to do as we always do before each and every feature. Please put your hand over your heart, take your hat off, stand up if you really want to. We're going to go ahead and play our national anthem.
Were so gallantly streaming and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Again, thank you to Big Bacon for getting that recorded. I just realized, y'all, I told you I've been having issues. It was picking up the wrong audio output on stream. I do apologize for that. We do got that fixed now. I'm telling you, it's been hell lately trying to get this fixed up and ready to rock and roll. I've still got bugs in the system trying to get everything worked out. I do apologize for that. But on the bright side, we got it working now. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it's all part of it, I guess. But I do appreciate everyone still sticking around. I do apologize for that. That was completely my bad and a rookie mistake. Still, like I said, trying to get everything working again here. But as we got warm-up, finishing up here, it looks like they got another minute and a half left to go. Shane Yates sitting on top of the leaderboard in warm-ups here right now with a 14.93. Right behind him, Dylan Simmons with a 14.94. These guys have made that top line already a little bit slick, so we'll see how they handle it. Again, I do apologize for that. I'm still trying to work the kinks out of everything, trying to get everything working correctly. But I'm not perfect. I'm one man. I'm trying to make it work. I do apologize, y'all. Just bear with me. But I'm just glad we got the actual volume to come through again now. Thankfully. That must have been really boring listening to my voice. I do apologize that, chat. Out on the track, though, looks like Shane Yates still wearing in that high side in that 111 car. Right in front of him is going to be Justin Simmons in the 33S machine, I do believe it is. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, thank you to each and every single one of you guys that are out here with us each and every week. We really appreciate the support. Thank you very much for being here. We love putting this on for you guys, and we love giving these drivers the opportunity to show you guys what they got in store. Cannot thank you all enough. Thank you very much. Without y'all, we wouldn't be able to get any of this done, and without y'all, there would be no point to even do this. So thank you again. Warm-up session is just now getting completed, so we are good to go for our feature event. This is the way they are going to line up this evening. Gonna be starting on pole. Shane Yates in the 111 car. Outside of him, gonna be Wade Burris in the 98. Jonathan Lee gonna be starting third, the Wild Child. Outside of him, gonna be Caleb Durgan in the 17 car. Ryan Underwood, new member to the Red River Valley iRacing League, making his debut tonight, starting fifth. Outside of him, the Big Bacon out of HRH Motorsports, Casey Savage in the 27 car. Jason Gunnell's going to be rolling off 7th this evening in that 4T car, another HRH Motorsports member. Outside of him, going to be Joshua Dennison out of Australia in the 04 car. Starting 9th, Jack Weaver in the 34. Outside of him is going to be Dalton Hayden in the 989. Gonna be starting 11th is gonna be Robert Charette out of 64 989 Racing. Dylan Simmons gonna be rolling off 12th this evening in the 33 car. Starting 13th, BJ Sheldon in the 72. Justin Simmons gonna be rolling off 14th this evening with the 33S. And then rolling off 15th, Brad Pease in the 21 car, and rounding out the 16 car feature event, David Termasci in the 313. We ready to rock and roll, y'all. Pace trucks off the track. We're gonna go green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Shane Yates on that go pedal. Green flag in the air. Shane down low. Wade Burris up high. Shane advantage coming out of turn number 2. Able to keep that lead away from Wade Burris. Battle is for third right now, though. Too wide. The Wild Child. Jonathan Lee takes that spot away from Durgan. Now looking to steal second away from Burris. Is he going to have the mustard? Right behind him, though, is Ryan Underwood in the 46 car. These guys are bumping and banging already as we are just on to lap number 3 of the feature event this evening. We do have 35 laps tonight. Yeah, Durgan gets into him a little bit, lets him know he's there. Jonathan Lee still down on the bottom of that 55 car, making it look easy on the bottom, sticking with these guys. Durgan's all over Burris. Burris still holding side by side, but gets into the wall in turn number 1 and 2 there. Still side by side down the backstretch, though. These guys are giving him a run for his money. Bacon able to take the spot away from Ryan Underwood. Josh Dennison, though, able to steal a spot away from Bacon, that 04 car. These guys are bumping and banging, trying to keep it rocking and rolling. Ryan looking at the inside of Big Bacon now. Gonna fall back in line as they go into turn number 1. Wade Burris gets into the wall again there, able to touches Jonathan Lee, turns him into the wall. Jonathan able to flip it back down on all 4, gets collected again. Caution flag flies for the feature event, first one tonight. That one looked, I think old Wade Burris might have had a little bit of too much contact with the wall. I don't know. We'll see what race control's decision is on that one. From the way it looked, it almost looked like Wade Burris got into the wall there a little bit, gets a little nudge from Durgan, slides up, gets tagged by Burris, and Burris tried to choke up, just not enough time. Jonathan Lee gets spun around, able to get on all 4 though, so he could run into the pits, get that car fixed up, get right back out here. We're going to get them lined up once again. Race control threw the caution flag back out there. Didn't like the lineup. We're going to get them set, ready to rock and roll once more. Let's see. Jonathan Lee was able to run it into the pits here. Able to get that car fixed up and right back out onto the track he comes. Good to see that. At least 2 wide. Shane Yates ready to rock and roll. Caution flag still in the air. This time it goes in. Next time by, we should be going green flag racing with HRH Motorsports Dirt Street Stock Series. Let's see if Shane Yates can hold off Wade Burris. Jonathan Lee all the way back at the tail end of the field now. Let's see if he can work his way up as Shane's on that go pedal. Green flag back in the air. Shane jumps out to about a half-second lead over top of Wade Burris in second place, but Wade under attack by Caleb Durgan. They get together in turn 1 and 2. Oh, boy. Caution flag's going to fly for the second time this evening. Durgan got into Wade Burris a little bit. Looked like they were able to separate, though, before anything truly bad happened. Let's see if we can get a replay here real quick. So there's Durgan. I don't know. It looks more like a racing incident from my eyes, but we'll see as race control makes their decision this evening. It looks like Caleb Durgan's still up there, so he might be keeping his spot. All race control's decision on who gets to go where and what happens. But looky here, Ryan Underwood up to third spot in this feature event. I know he got into a little bit of contact in that last caution there. Able to keep it rolling, though. Pace truck pulls off. Looks like we're going to go green flag racing next time by. Shane Yates going to be looking to hit that go pedal once more. On it again. Ryan Underwood right on his tail. Durgan outside of him. Durgan doesn't let him get away this time. Side by side going into turn number 1. Advantage Shane Yates. Durgan comes with a run on the outside. Not enough mustard, though, this time. Shane Yates still your leader. A little bit farther back in the field, though, these guys are battling now as Ryan Underwood looking underneath Caleb Durgan at 17, but side-by-side battle a little bit farther back. Wade Burris gets into a little bit of a touch there. Jason Gunnell's trying to make that bottom line work as he's trying to steal the spot away from Justin Simmons in the 33S car. Side-by-side battle for them, though. Jason catches the berm down to the bottom, able to keep it under control, though. Looks like Ryan Underwood, slide job up in front of Durgan. Durgan crosses back underneath him. Is he going to take it? Yes, he does. Gets that second spot back. Ryan lets him know he's still there. Gives him a little nudge. Ryan throws it back down to the bottom again. Slide job up in front of Durgan. That was close. Holy, Durgan crosses back underneath him. Able to give him a little nudge back. Say, I'm still here. Ryan Underwood beating him around a little bit. Durgan's beating right back. Bacon looking to take the spot away from Underwood this time. Not enough mustard! Ryan Underwood! Durgan spins out. Oh boy. I think Durgan might have just something to say to that one after that. We'll see though.
Yellow flag is out.
Caution flag's gonna fly on the track. Let's see here. What happened to bring that one out? Looks like BJ Sheldon and Dalton Hayden. Oh, that's not it. Alright, there's BJ in the 72 car. Durgan sitting on the bottom of the track. Oh, Robert Shrek gets into it. BJ goes up and hits BP's, turns Dalton Hayden. But oh, there's catastrophes all over the track here. I don't know. It's just some tight racing this evening. Not many people are giving each other any give and take this evening. Your leader still Shane Yates in that 111 car. Right behind him now is Ryan Underwood in the 46. Big Bacon up to third now. Jack Weaver sitting back in fourth. Justin Simmons fifth. Jason Gunnell sixth. Jonathan the Wild Child Lee sitting back in seventh at the moment. Gonna get these guys lined up. Pace truck pulls off the backstretch. We're going green flag racing once more. Ryan Underwood now on the outside of your leader, Shane Yates, as they get on that go pedal. Green flag back in the air. Shane Yates throws it right up in front of him. Ryan trying to make that high line work. Shane down mid-bottom there. Throws it up in front. Gets into the wall. Ryan Underwood throws it down to the bottom. Slide job up in front of Yates. Yates crosses back underneath him. Side by side at the line. Advantage Yates this time, though. Yates able to take that lead away as Ryan Underwood throws it back to the bottom again. Slide job up in front of Yates. Yates crosses back underneath. Side by side. Advantage Yates that time. This is some good racing between these two as we ride along with Ryan Underwood. As a caution flag flies once more. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Wade Burris and Robert Charette getting called on this one. Wade in the 98 yellow machine there. Let's see. Robert behind him. Wade came down on P's and just didn't know he was there apparently. Got collected into that and collected a few other guys. That one's gonna fall on Wade Burris, I'm afraid. We'll get him lined back up once more. Your leader's still gonna be Shane Yates in that 111 car. Ryan Underwood was giving him a run for his money before that caution flag came out. I don't think Ryan was very happy about that one. Either way, we're going to get him lined up again. 16 laps. Or, no, I believe it's going to be... Yeah, 16 laps down. Just about halfway. Pace truck's going to pull off this time. Caution lights out. We're going green flag racing once more. Still got everyone out on the track. Let's see. Green flag in the air. Shane Yates on that go pedal. Able to throw it up in front of Ryan Underwood that time. No issue that time. Goes it down to the bottom. Ryan Underwood up high. Trying to get that run off the top as they get onto the backstretch. And we got another caution flag on the speedway. Looks like Durgan and BJ Sheldon getting the call on this one. There's Durgan in 17, peeking underneath Simmons. Durgan just ran over Dylan Simmons in that 33 car. Rough go of it there. Either way, Durgan throws it into the pits there. We're going to get him lined up once again. Again, to everyone that is in chat, thank you very much for being here. We are very happy to have you. I know there's a bit of caution flags coming out right now. Hopefully we get another good green flag run in. The battle is going to be up front, though, I'm afraid. Big Bacon at 27 car sitting back in third. Jack Weaver outside of him, and Jason Gunnels in fifth at the moment. With the Wild Child, who got collected into an accident, has made it back up to sixth. This is going to get interesting, y'all. Pace truck pulls out the backstretch. We're going green flag racing next time by. Shane Yates still your leader. Outside of him, Ryan Underwood in the 46. Shane Yates on the go pedal. Back green flag racing. Throws it up in front of Ryan Underwood. Looks like everyone keeps it straight coming out of the corner that time. Ryan up high. Shane Yates still down on the bottom. Able to hold on to it. Is he going to have enough mustard? Yes, he does. Takes that top spot away. Ryan Underwood still trying to make it work on the high side. Shane Yates making that bottom line work, though, for him during this feature event. Able to open up about a half-second lead over second place Ryan Underwood. We'll hop back here and take a peek at our Wild Child, Jonathan Lee. Gets around Jason Gunnels in the 4T car, making that high line work for him as he eyes down the boss, the Big Bacon, Casey Sow to the 27. Oh, no! Looks like Robert Charette might have gotten into some contact with Jason Gunnels, I do believe. Or even his teammate, I can't tell. But he spun out on the backstretch there off the nose of Dylan Simmons in the 33 car. We stay green, though, no caution flag. Jonathan Lee looking to the outside of the big boss. Boss Hog, Big Bacon. Casey's out to the 27. Caution flag flies on the track. Looks like Dalton Hayden is going to be the one getting called on this one. That's not him. Let's see. There he is. That red front machine, the 989 Dalton Hayden. Dalton just loses it, comes down, get into BJ Sheldon in the 72, just spins it on out. That looks a little bit self-inflicted to me. It looks like Dalton will receive the EOL for that one. Shane Yates, still your leader in that 111 car. As I was saying before we went back green flag racing, everyone that is in chat, thank you for being here. We really appreciate the support. I know these guys love putting on a show for you. I know it's a little bit slow with all the cautions so far, but hopefully we can get it underway and finish this race out under green. Knock on wood. Caution lights still on the pace truck as we go around once again. Oh, nope. Pace truck's going to pull off this time. Caution lights out. We're going back. Green flag racing. Shane Yates, still your leader outside of him. Ryan Underwood in the 46 car. Jack Weaver up to third. Now Big Bacon up to fourth. Shane Yates on the go pedal. Ryan doesn't let him get the jump this time. Right on his tail. Throws it on the high side. Jonathan Lee right on Weaver's back door. That 55 machine. Oh, Bacon and Jonathan get at each other. Bacon gets a little bit of a door from Justin Simmons of the 33S car. Joshua Dennison, though, in the 04, looking to steal that spot away from Big Bacon. Jonathan Lee moves up into fourth. Caution flag is going to fly once more. Looks like it's going to be called for BJ Sheldon and Wade Burris right there. BJ in the orange and Wade Burris in the yellow. Let's see here. BJ gets into him a little bit, turns him around. I don't know. I'm going to let race control make the call on that one. Might be a racing incident, might be some unnecessary contact, but we'll see. I do not see Ryan Underwood now. I wonder if he didn't just pull off onto the pit road. Oh, wait, there he is. He's up in front of Shane Yates at the moment. See how everyone lines up. Yep, he's back in his correct spot in second place. Jack Weaver has made his way up into third this evening at Fairbury. Not a bad showing for him so far, as we're going to get him lined up too wide. Pace truck should be pulling off this time. And it does. Caution lights out on the track. We're going back. Green flag racing once again. On that go pedal, Shane Yates out to the lead already. Ryan Underwood still right on his tail. Ryan throws it up high. Shane's still down low, but Jonathan Lee making that high side work. Gonna try and steal another spot away from Jack Weaver in third place. Looking for podium. The wild child, Jonathan Lee. Side by side with Jack Weaver. At the line advantage, Lee this time. Joshua Dennison making that bottom line work as Dylan Simmons looking to steal a spot away from Big Bacon to that 33 machine. Good racing between this group right here. Bacon's falling back a little ways here. Back to 6th as of right now. Simmons trying to steal that spot away. Put him back to 7th. Let's see if he can do it as Joshua slides up in front of Jonathan Lee. Jonathan now 3 wide with the boss outside. Jonathan trying to hold on to that spot under attack from Dylan Simmons and the boss man, Big Bacon. Bacon in. Holy Mother Mary, how many more laps these guys are going to go? 3 wide. 2 wide battle right in front of him. Joshua Dennison in the 34, and then, or not the 34, the 04, and Jack Weaver in the 34 up high. Jack gets a little bit loose, comes down. Woo! 3 wide battle again. Jack Weaver gets knocked around a little bit. Jonathan Lee bumps into Dylan Simmons. These guys are battling out like there's money on the line tonight. Jack Weaver falls back into that 7th position. Lee's back to 6th now. Let's see if he can gain his spots back. Back out front, though, is Shane Yates. Open up about a 1.5 lead over 2nd place, Ryan Underwood. Joshua Dennison now up to 3rd in that 04 car, trying to gain on these leaders. But he's running out of time as we come across the line. That's lap 32. Only 4 laps to go. The battle is still right behind Joshua Dennison as Bacon is under attack by Dylan Simmons and Jonathan Lee. Bacon trying to get away. Jonathan peeking down low at Dylan Simmons in that 33 car. Jonathan is definitely giving it everything he's got this evening as he tries to put that 55 car in a better position as the white flag. Oh boy. It just got interesting. Caution flag is going to fly. It looks like David Tomashi. That 313, that black and orange machine, goes into the corner. Gets a little loose. Oh, just in front of our leader. Woo! David's just going to stop it down on the bottom there. Maybe not. I don't know. Looks like caution comes out there. David Tomashi going to go to the back of the field. We're going to get him lined up once again. Green-white checkered setup, y'all. Shane Yates, still your leader with Ryan Underwood right behind him. Newcomer to the league. Let's see if he's got anything for our 2-time winner so far this season. Hell of a race so far. Remember, chat, we got the Correct Super Late Models coming up next. Right here at the Fairbury Speedway. Pace truck pulls off. Green, white, checkered, engaged for your leader, Shane Yates. Ryan Underwood going to be looking to try and steal that spot away. Oh, that was a bit of a jump by our leader. Looks like green flag's going to fly. We're going to stick with it. Next time by is going to be the white flag for your leader, Shane Yates, that 111 car. Can he get his 3rd victory of the season? White flag in the air one more time for your leader, Shane Yates. Trying to make that bottom line work as Ryan Underwood's doing what he can to try and catch back up on the high side. Throws it back down to the bottom at 3 and 4, but not going to have enough mustard. Tonight's winner is going to be Shane Yates in the 111 car. Win number 3 of the season for him. Hell of a show put on for them guys. All right, we're going to see if we can get our top 3 into the booth this evening. Why does it keep doing that? I'm telling y'all, I got a ghost in my system. I'm telling you. Shane Yates gonna do a quick burnout here for everyone. All these guys, they put on a hell of a show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know we had a few cautions throughout the race this evening, but it's all part of it. Let's see, are we gonna be able to get our boys up in here? Ryan Underwood's in there right now, second place finisher, waiting on Shane Yates, our winner this evening. Try and get him in here real quick. Joshua Dennison makes it in. Well, if anything, we'll go ahead and start with Joshua Dennison, third place tonight. We'll bring him up into the booth. Joshua Dennison, my man, hell of a show for the fifth round of the Red River Valley iRacing League. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. Walk me through those last couple laps, man. As you were trying to catch back up, you had one hell of a showing. What happened? Oh boy, hang on a second here. For some reason, I'm not able to hear them. Bear with me, y'all. Not quite sure what the deal is here. Let's try that. Joshua, you got me? There he is. Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties tonight, my man. But walk me through those last couple laps. You put on a hell of a show. Definitely were a hard charger this evening. How'd that go? Yeah, you definitely put on one hell of a show for the fans tonight. Thank you again for coming out. Anyone you want to thank for your third place finish tonight? There you go. Rocket League, that's a well-known name that I've heard of a few times now. So, but again, Joshua, you did a hell of a job, my man. Look forward to seeing you coming up or in upcoming races. Put on a hell of a show. I have no words. Most definitely, we'll see you next week. Or are you racing the Supers tonight as well? Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, hopefully. We look forward to seeing you on the track. Cheers. All right, y'all. We're going to get second place finisher Ryan Underwood up into the booth with us here. Ryan, my man, first time with the show, and you put on one hell of a show. Walk me through what you're trying to get past old Shane Yates there. Was it just not enough grip, or what happened? You guys put on one hell of a show, one hell of a battle, especially the slide jobs throwing crossovers underneath each other. It was amazing to watch. I was really glad to be able to stream that. That was awesome. Anyone you want to thank for your second place finish tonight? All right. Well, you hear the chat. He's in the Red River Valley iRacing League. We look forward to seeing you again as we move forward. I know you're going to miss the Supers tonight, but definitely glad to have you here, my man. All right, chat. We're going to go ahead and get our first place finisher, Shane Yates, third time this season. Bring him up into the booth here, get a quick word with him. Shane, my man, you had the lead the entire race. I was starting to think Ryan was going to gain on you there. Walk me through those last laps as Ryan Underwood was right behind you. Oh yeah, you definitely got one hell of a showing for you guys there. It was awesome to watch. I can't thank you enough. That was interesting. We had our eyes on you pretty much the entire night, man, and I am win number 3 on the season already. You showing your dominance, my man. Don't let him fool you, Chad. Don't let him fool you. He's pulled the wool over the Wild Man's eyes a couple of times. Shane Yates, he's a threat in the super late models. I'm telling you, Shane, you got it, my man. Oh, yeah. It definitely was exciting to watch, though, man. That was crossover, slide job, crossover, slide job. That was awesome to watch. It was a privilege to be able to stream. Looking forward to seeing you in upcoming races, man. You got this HRH Motorsport Third Street stocks down on lock right now. Looking forward to seeing next week as well. You gonna be racing the supers with us tonight? There we go, y'all. Shane Yates coming back for one more yet tonight. Who you want to thank for your 3rd victory this season, my man? Oh, we're definitely glad to have you guys there. It's definitely a privilege to be able to stream each and every race. You guys put out a hell of a show for everyone in chat. We're glad you guys do it. We're glad you're here. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be a tough one to beat for these boys. You're gonna give them a run for their money. It's gonna be fun to watch. No problem, my man. Thanks again to Shane Yates, third race this season. Then he's come home with the win. We're gonna go ahead and take a peek at our race results this evening. For the feature event from Fairbury Speedway, is going to finish out like this. Once again, Shane Yates, your winner in the 111 car. Coming home second, Ryan Underwood in the 46. Joshua Dennison coming home third in the 04. And Big Bacon able to get into 4th position and hold on to it in that 27 car. Wade Burr is going to be coming home 5th after starting at the back of the field almost halfway through the race. He put on a hell of a show. And then right behind him, Dylan Simmons in the 33 car. Jonathan the Wild Child Lee going to be finishing 7th in the 55. Rough go over for him. He was strong in the get-go. Got a little bit tangled up. Had to get his car fixed up. Ended up starting in the back of the pack, but was able to make his way up still over halfway through the field. So it's great to see. Coming home 8th tonight going to be Robert Trent in the 64. BJ Sheldon coming home 9th in 72. Justin Simmons in the 33S Machine going to be rounding out your top 10. Jason Gunnels falls back to 11th of the 4T car. Jack Weaver falls back to 12th after having a strong run. It's just bad luck. It just wasn't there for him this evening. And going to be finishing 13th, Dalton Hayden in the 989. David Tamashi going to be finishing 14th through 13. Caleb Durgan 15th to 17 Machine. Brad P is going to be rounding out your 16 car field this evening. Holy Mother of Mary, that was one hell of a show for these guys. I know that was a little bit of more cautions than we'd like to see, but that's all part of dirt track racing sometimes. But these guys did what they could. There was one hell of a battle from each and every one of them. That was great to watch. I had a blast watching it along with each and every one of you guys. Definitely looking forward to moving on to the supers coming up next. We got about another 15 minutes before that session loads up, and we'll get into there as well. But for the time being, I suppose we can go ahead and watch a little bit of a replay here. Bear with me, as I get this set back up. Oh, I just touched the wrong thing. Sorry about that. These guys definitely put on one hell of a show for each and every one of us. I was happy to be able to stream it for you guys. God, that dynamic weather in iRacing is just something to watch, y'all. It is awesome. Let's see. Somehow we ended up hopping to lap 4, but that'll be alright. We'll go ahead and watch this as we wait for the next session to load up. Perfect time to go grab a drink, go grab some food, get comfy. We got the super late models hitting the track next. We'll see you guys here in a little bit.
tour will be interesting.
All right, chat. We're going to get ready to rock and roll with the Coreg Super Late models. I do apologize. I just saw the comments. For some reason, I wasn't getting the comments. The driver interviews were not coming through. I have changed setting. If you were listening during the replay of the race there, we heard old C. Ricky Bobby Imbus pop in a couple of times. Should be working now. I do apologize for that, but we should be ready to rock and roll. Like I said, I'm having some technical issues tonight trying to get everything working. I had to completely uninstall my streaming software and everything. And it's been a rough go of it the last couple days here. So, but try and get this thing rocking and rolling again for our HRH Dirt Street Stock Series. The winner tonight's going to be again Shane Yates in 111, Ryan Underwood coming home second, Joshua Dennis in third, Casey Big Bacon Sarge coming home fourth, Wade Burris fifth, Dylan Simmons rocking the sixth spot, Jonathan the Wild Child Lee going to be coming home with seventh, Robert Trett rounding out eighth, BJ Sheldon going to be finishing ninth, Justin Simmons 10th, Jason Gunner going to wrap up 11th, Jack Weaver, as you saw in the replay there that we didn't quite see on stream, he did get loose coming out of turn number 2, had to give up a couple of spots there, falls back to 12th. Dalton Hayden wrapping up 13th, and David Tomashi going to be finishing 14th, Caleb Durgan 15th, and Brad Pease finishing out the 16-car field. With that being said, y'all, we're going to move on to the Coreg Super Late models. Bear with me for a couple minutes. We're going to take a peek at old Big Bacon Productions and his video that he created for us as I get loaded up into the next session. Bear with me, y'all. Alright, yo, we are back in business with the Coreg Super Late Model Series. Right here at the Fairbury Speedway. Still only 72 degrees and 80% humidity. Wind's gone down to about 6 miles an hour, so should be a little bit easier on these guys. Definitely happy to be back again. I do apologize for the technical difficulties that I have been having. Definitely going to try and get everything ready to go. I've got a ghost in my computer, and it's been playing games with me for the last week, so I do apologize for any issues with the stream. I'm trying to get them situated. I do apologize to those that did put in the chat that we were having issues with the audio. Did not see it up until after I got done with them all, so I do apologize for that. I'm telling you, I'm having nothing but issues for the last couple of days here, so I'm trying to get everything working again. As of right now, it looks like we only got 10 cars registered for the Super Late Model Series this evening. Kind of halfway expected it. A couple of guys told me in advance that they were not going to be able to make it tonight, which is completely understandable. Everyone's got their own lives. We understand that. Just makes it that much more difficult when it comes time for championship time. We're already almost to the halfway point of our first initial season, so it's gonna get a little interesting. Hopefully these guys can get all their stuff ready to rock and roll and get back up into the point season. We're looking at Ryan LePage right now in that 12 machine sitting on top of the leaderboard in practice session for the Super Late Models. Quick time on the track right now is a 12.53. Not bad, not bad. But looky here, sitting in second spot with that fresh new wrap. Another 55 car, the 55L of the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee. New HRH Motorsports member this season. Happy to have him. He's going to put on a hell of a show for you guys, we hope. Definitely looking forward to seeing that car out on the track a little bit more. Now, don't get confused because there is another 55 car on the track. This here is Robert Satterfield out of Phantom Motorsports in the straight 55 car. No letters attached. Red is Lee, black is Satterfield. Keep that in mind, y'all. iRacing hasn't given us the option yet to add letters to numbers to drivers, which isn't the most fun, but it is what it is. Just got to work with what we got for the time being. And looky here, we got another car out of Phantom Motorsports. Ross Cornetta coming out onto the track, a native of the Red River Valley. Gonna be watching that shiny 10 car fly it around the track tonight, see what he's got to show for each and every one of us. Right now, your top 5 is looking like this on the track during practice. Is Ryan LePage sitting on top of the leaderboard, Jonathan Lee in second, Robert Satterfield third, Dalton Hayden in fourth, and right behind him, Big Bacon Casey Sowett in the 27 machine. There's a little bit of a different track, a little bit of a different feel with the Super Late Models. It's a big track for these cars to slide around on. It's going to be a little interesting, and we're going to see a little bit of give and take, I think. But we'll see what we can get done. Thanks to each and every one of you guys that have stuck around through the little intermission break there as we were trying to get the session up and running. Do apologize for a little bit of a length there. Still trying to get the timing set up right for in between sessions and moving on to the next one. By 15 minutes, not too terribly bad for a change. Nothing like the last time we ended up watching the same race at Lanier twice because we got done with, I think we only had one caution in that race and a lot less of what we expected. So we'll see what we can do here at Fairbury with the Super Late Models. Dirt Street Stocks had a little bit of a tough go this evening with a lot of cautions in the middle of the race. And then one late race caution causing a green-white checkered for the finish of that one. Hell of a show put on by each and every one of them guys. I know it was a little bit of a slow start in the beginning there, but they put on a good show overall. Definitely happy to see it. Definitely happy to stream it. Always look forward to streaming each and every one of these races. I do have to give a shout out to the crew that puts us all together. Big Bacon Casey Sach in the 27 car. Make sure you guys go check him out on Facebook Live. He is Big Bacon Gaming. He is a huge help, along with old C. Ricky Bobby Imbus, who is my race control this evening. Make sure you guys go check him out as well. Could not do it without these guys. I cannot thank them enough for being a part of this. It's definitely grown into something that I never quite expected to hit so fast, but it's awesome to see. I'm glad to have everyone a part of it. And I can't thank these guys enough. Without them, I couldn't get any of this done. So definitely go check those guys out on Facebook. Bacon's live almost each and every day, except for Wednesdays and the weekends. See Ricky Bobby Imbus. We'll see when next time he goes live. Does a lot of ATS. I'm sure he's going to start doing some of his role play stuff on GTA. Make sure you guys go check them out. Awesome streamers, awesome people, awesome conversation. Make sure you go see them as they go live each and every time they do. Make sure you type in the chat !notify whenever, and you'll get notified each time they go live. We had one more pop in here, two more pop in here. Caleb Durgan and BJ Sheldon from the Dirt Street Stocks have made their way in here pulling double duty this evening. Got a few guys actually pulling double duty. Shane Yates is in here along with Big Bacon, Dalton Hayden, Robert Charette. Jason Gunnels made it in as well. Caleb, BJ, and Jonathan Lee all pulling double duty so far this evening. We'll see if we get any more guys to hop in here tonight. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of a smaller car count, but that ain't going to turn down the action on the track. I can promise you that. Remember, chat, tomorrow night, the Twisted 360 Sprint Cars hit the track at Fairbury Speedway as well. Myself, and Big Bacon will be up in the booth to make the calls for that race. It's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you guys tune back in to Big Bacon Media, Red River Valley iRacing League. You can watch that race, cheer on your favorite drivers as the points are getting a little bit close up on top. Robert Satterfield, and as you see in that Black 55 in this race, he is also racing in the sprint cars, and he has had some hellacious races that had great results. Let's see if he can pull out another great finish this week, as they each and every one of them hit Fairbury Speedway. Oh, Jonathan Lee catches the infield tire there, sends him around. Just another added obstacle for these guys to make it around the track. A lot of these guys might want to try and use that low line to their advantage, but gotta watch out for them big white things down on the bottom of the track. They'll knock you sideways faster than you could get right back up. Just like in the Dirt Street Stock Series, though, this is a bit of a bigger overall track, short track wise. But when you get 3, 4, 5 cars all together in a group, it gets tight, a lot tighter than you think it would. So we'll see how these guys handle it, as we still got another 10 minutes, 20 seconds for guys to join in. Still, as of right now, it looks like we only have 12 cars in this field tonight. Would have been cool to see Ryan Underwood, our newcomer into the Red River Valley iRacing League, hit the track in super late models, something that, if you guys haven't seen him on Facebook before, he does a lot of. He's got a big money race tonight, so he will not be with us this evening. Understandable. But, hey, when it comes to championship points time and when it's for the money, you got to be there. Let's go take a peek at old Big Bacon. Well, let's actually, better yet, let's go ahead and ride around with Big Bacon. See how this goes. Gets real loose getting into the corner there. Track's really slick already for practice. Like I said, Chad, it might look big from the outside, but when you're sitting in that driver's seat, it's a whole different story. Another cool vision. We got the Red River Valley head cam on the wild child, Jonathan Lee. Gonna ride around with him a little bit tonight if we can. He's still sitting second quick time on the leaderboard in practice session for the Super Late Model Series. This guy's got a lot of speed. He's going to be one to watch. Shane Yates is poking his nose in there. I'm telling you, chat. He says that he's not the best at super late models, but I've seen this guy wheel these things around like no one's business. So he was the initial winner at Volusia this year, so we'll see what happens. Oh. We have a late race entrant. Dustin Helms has made it in his way into the track, getting the car unloaded. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Ross Garnier gets into the back of Jonathan Lee, spins out a little bit there. Jonathan's able to keep going. This track is going to be different for these guys. You see Jonathan Lee's got that left front tire a little bit off the ground as he goes around the track. All depends on how much they can get that left front to lift off the ground. That's going to show you how much they can dig around here. Thank you again to everyone that has come out for the race this evening. I know I had some technical issues. I do apologize for that. Hopefully I got that situated now to where you're not going to have any more bugs tonight, hopefully. But either way, just trying to work out the kinks. Like I said, I got a ghost on my computer that's making it real interesting for me to try and get stuff done. But doing the best we can and with what we can, or what we got, so. Like Dalton Hayden trying to pop out on the track. Casey Big Bacon out on the track right now. Oh, right rear is Robert Charette in the 64 car. Bacon's making friends already, chat. Robert tried to track him down. He ain't gonna take that one lightly. Definitely having a lot of fun with the Red River Valley iRacing League. Jonathan Lee cuts off the boss man. Bacon says, you ain't doing that this time. You gonna track him down, try to take that, or take a look at him that time. We'll see what these guys got as we got another 6 minutes left to practice, and then we're gonna move on to heat race number 1 for the Coreg Super Late Models. Holy Mother of Mary. Apologize for that. Notifications for some reason are coming through. I don't know why, but they are. I do apologize. I'm interested to see how this one's going to turn out with these boys on the track. Going to be a little interesting, I think. So hopefully you guys are ready to strap down tight, get your drink in hand, food right next to you. It's going to be a show. There's old Jason Gunnels in the 22 purple and white machine. Can't miss him on the track. Ooh, he gets into the wall a little bit. Able to keep it under control a little bit. Gets a little loose in the corner. Oh boy. Hold on to her, Jason. Hold on to her. Ryan LePage in that 12 car has been dominant each and every practice we've been in. Just hasn't quite had the luck to get up there to the front and try and grab a podium finish. Jonathan Lee trying to use that bottom line to get around him. These guys are going to put on a hell of a show. Make sure you guys stick around. We only got another 4 minutes left to practice, and we're moving on to race in action here. Hell of a side-by-side battle between Ryan LePage and the wild child Jonathan Lee. For those of you that were chatting in the chat during the Dirt Street Stock race, I do apologize. Was not able to see any of the messages being put up. Not quite sure what's going on with systems. I got a couple things that I needed to get changed around, try and get everything working again. But I do apologize for that. Hopefully we got a couple of things fixed up here. Hopefully we don't have any more issues tonight. Well, they switched positions now. Jonathan Lee on the high side, Ryan LePage trying to make that bottom work. Side by side, Jonathan comes around on the outside of practice here. These guys are putting on some shows already just in practice, y'all. We'll see what these guys can do whenever it gets time for heat race action. Again, thank you to each and every one of you guys for coming out tonight. Without you guys, there would be no point to do this. Glad to have each and every one of y'all here. Thank you very much. Love seeing everyone come out for these guys. I know these drivers appreciate everyone coming out to see them put on a show for you. As time winds down in our practice session for the Red River Valley Core Super Late Models. Everyone's getting those last minute changes in before the heat race number 1. Got another about 2 minutes. We'll be moving on to racing action here. Shane is trying to figure out that high side. I have a feeling when this track slicks off, that's going to be the predominant line for each and every one of these drivers. The bottom might have a little bit of grip, but you're going to have the setup to get the launch off of the corner. So we'll see what these guys bring to the table as we move on to the racing action here shortly. Remember, chat, to watch each and every race that the Red River Valley iRacing League puts on, type exclamation point notify in the chat. That way you guys get a notification each and every single time we hit that live button to show you some racing action, depending on where we're at. Definitely looking forward next week. We're moving on to the Chili Bowl. For those of you that don't know, that is predominantly a dirt midget track. Not many big cars run there. And we're going to have the HRH Motorsports Dirt Street Stock Series, the Core Super Late Models, in the Twisted 360s at the Chili Bowl next week. We'll see how many guys show up. I know a couple of guys, they don't want to race the Chili Bowl. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I know Bacon's excited. I think Chris is excited. It's going to be a little bit wild. Got another about 20 seconds left of practice. Then we're going to move on to heat race number 1 for this evening's race. Looks like we only have about a 13-car field this evening. That's all right. That's all right. We'll still put on a show with 13 cars at Fairbury Speedway. All right. Checkered flag in the air for the practice session. Practice is finishing up. Ryan LePage with the quick time during practice with a 12.53. I'm guessing that was probably at the beginning of it. This is the way it's going to line up. Starting on pole, the wild child, Jonathan Lee in the 55L. Outside of him is going to be Dalton Hayden in the 989. Jason Gunnell is going to roll off third in that 22 car. Robert Satterfield going to be starting fourth in the 55. Casey Big Bacon Sandwich going to be rolling off fifth in the 27 car. Outside of him, Ryan LePage in the 12. Chris Sabasque going to round out the 7 car field for heat race number 1. For these drivers, they can rest easy. They just got to keep their car in one piece as we move forward. Everyone will transfer into the A main tonight. Won't have any issues there. But we are ready for heat race number 1 action for the Red River Valley's iRacing League's Core Super Late Models. Chris Sabasque loads in. We're going to get rolling here for heat race number 1. 8 laps the distance for these 7 drivers.
Talk about a HRH battle. 3 drivers versus 3 no team drivers.
Yeah, no kidding. That's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. We'll see what these guys can do. For those of you in chat, that was C. Ricky Bobby Imbus running race control for us this evening. It's going to get interesting. Like Chris said, we got 3 HRH Motorsports members in heat race number 1. Jonathan Lee in the 55L, Jason Gunnels in the 22, and Big Bacon in the 27. All the inside line. Pace truck's going to pull off this time. We're going to go green flag racing for heat race number 1 for the Core Egg Super Late models. Jonathan, slow, easy pace, coming to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
On that go pedal, we're back. Green flag racing, heat race number 1 for the Core Egg Super Late models. Jonathan Lee hops out to the front as Jason Gunnels follows right in second. Right now, the 22 battle behind him, though, with 55 of Satterfield. 989 Dalton Hayden up high. Casey Big Bacon in that mix, too. Who's going to be able to get up there? As your leader, Jonathan Lee, out to the front. Got a half-second lead over second place, Jason Gunnels in 22. Hayden trying to make that high line work with Ryan LePage right behind him. Chris Sabaski still in the back of the pack there. Oh, Satterfield gets loose there. Able to keep it under control. Hayden gets into the wall, gets into Chris Sabaski in the 21 car. Able to keep it all roll. We stay green. Ryan LePage having a little bit of issues in the back of the pack. Falls back to 7th now. Jason Gunnels was second, all the way back to 6th now. Right behind him is Ryan LePage. Bacon moves up another spot along with the rest of the guys. But looky here, Jonathan the Wild Child Lee up to a 2-second lead over second place as we're going over halfway this time. 3 laps to go for your leader, Jonathan Lee. Robert Satterfield up to second now. Bacon into third. Chris Sabaski from the back to 4th. Dalton Hayden pulled off the track. He's going to just get his car fixed up, ready to go for the feature event this evening. As this time by for your leader, Jonathan the Wild Child Lee. White flag in the air for him. One more time around heat race number 1. Making it look easy getting around the bottom of this track. Bottom to mid, able to handle it like no one's business. Coming to the line this time, your winner, Jonathan Lee in that 55L. Heat race number 1 going to finish up just like this. Jonathan the Wild Child Lee going to be coming home with the win. Robert Satterfield second out of Phantom Motorsports. Casey Big Bacon Sowish coming up third. Chris Sabaski, another one out of Phantom Motorsports, rolls up into 4th. Ryan LePage finishes 5th. Jason Gunnels 6th. And Dalton Hayden finishes 7th. Heat race number 1 in the books. We're going to move on to heat race number 2. Going to be lining up like this. Starting on pole, BJ Sheldon in the 72 car. Outside of him, going to be Dustin Helms out of Twisted Motorsports in the 13 car. Shane Yates going to be rolling out third in the 111. Outside of him, Robert Schritt in the 64. Ross Cornietta God, I know I'm saying that wrong. God, he's my buddy. Jesus. Anyway, gonna be rolling off 5th is Ross, and that 10 machine outside of him is gonna be Mr. Cindy Caleb Durgan in the 17 car. 8 laps of distance for these boys again as we're gonna get them lined up, ready to rock and roll in heat race number 2. BJ Sheldon, your pole sitter, gonna be looking for the green fabric to fly next time by. Got a couple heavy hitters in this one. Dustin Helms, outside pole. Right behind him, Robert Schritt. Shane Yates in the 111 car. Let's see. His pace truck's going to pull off on the backstretch here. We're going green flag racing in heat race number 2.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. BJ on that go pedal back. Green flag racing heat race number 2. BJ hops out to the lead, but not going to get away that easy. Dustin Helms tracking him down, throws it down to the bottom of the 13 machine. Slide job up in front of BJ. Able to hold on to that top spot. New leader, Dustin Helms in the 13 car. Shane Yates trying to get that second spot away from BJ Sheldon in 72. Shane throws it down to the bottom, able to go side by side. Touch and bang, and 64 gets collected. Ross gets tied up into that one. Heat race, actually, we don't have caution, so he'll move on to the feature event most likely. Still out front, Dustin Helms in that 13 machine, making it look simple as can be. Shane Yates doing what he can, though, to track him down as Mr. Sending Caleb Durgan sitting back in third, riding the wall there. This time by halfway down, half to go. Heat race number 2 just about in the books. Ross Carenta did pull off of the track in that 10 machine. He'll wait for the feature event this evening. Dustin Helms out to a strong 2.5 second lead over second place Shane Yates. This time by Deuces, 2 flags in the air, 2 to go. Caleb Durgan trying to hold on to that third spot right now, lifting that left front up in the air as Robert Surratt looking high, BJ Sheldon looking low. Caleb throws it down to the bottom, white flag in the air for your leader Dustin Helms, but the battle is for third right now. Robert Surratt advantage that time at the line as he's making that high line, working that 64 machine. But the way it's going to finish out, your winner, heat race number 2, is going to be Dustin Helms. Shane Yates coming home second. Caleb Durgan holds on to third, able to keep it from Robert Surratt, the 64 machine. Caleb ends up on his lid. BJ Sheldon going to be coming home 5th. That was interesting, y'all. That was something. Heat race number 2 is going to finish out just like this. Dustin Helms, your winner in that 13 machine, coming home second. Shane Yates, Caleb Durgan third, Robert Surratt fourth, BJ Sheldon 5th, and Ross Carenta, coming home 6th. All right, y'all. I know I screwed it up at the beginning of this broadcast. I ain't going to screw it up again. Please remove your hat, put your hand over your heart. We are going to let the national anthem play for this Corag Super Late Model Series. Be at you here in a few.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you again to Big Bacon for getting that recorded for us so we can play it each and every single time we go live at the racetrack with each of our 3 featured series. Right now, it's going to get a little bit interesting as we got another name on the top of the leaderboard in warm-up sessions this evening. Oh, never mind. Ryan LePage just takes the top spot in the warm-up session. Ross Carenta was sitting on the top spot for a quick second there. These guys are going to battle it out, I think. It's going to be a little bit interesting. Looking forward to this one, though, as we move on to our feature event this evening. Got another about a minute and a half left to warm up so these guys can tear up the track as much as they'd like to. Then we'll move on to our feature event and our starting lineup. These guys are going to have one hell of a show for you coming up here as we got 13 cars going to be in our feature event this evening. 13 cars might seem a little bit small for the track of Fairbury Speedway. It's going to be a lot of cars. Plenty of action all throughout the track. It's going to be a little bit interesting to see, so we'll see if we can keep up with each and every one of these guys. These cars are fast, they're big, they're powerful. It's going to be a little bit of a wild show. Durgan loses it in the corner there, drives right through pit road and takes out the cone. Apparently he wants to get those last a couple seconds of practice in. We got about 30 seconds left and we'll move on to our feature event. Thank you again to each and every one of you that have come out to watch the race this evening. No, it's been a little bit of a touch and go deal. I'm trying to get everything working again here. But bear with me. I'm trying my best. Hopefully we can get this stuff situated before the Twisted 360s tomorrow night. Either way, we are gonna go green flag racing shortly. Better strap in, grab your drink, have your food. It's about to get wild up in here. Warm up just finishing up, taking the cars off of the track. That only means one thing. It's feature time for the Corag Super Late Model Series. Starting on poles, gonna be Jonathan the Wild Child leading that 55L machine. Outside of him, gonna be Dustin Helms in the 13 machine. Rolling off third tonight, Robert Satterfield in the 55 car out of Phantom Motorsports. Shane Yates rolling off fourth in that 111 car. He's that sleeper I'm telling you about, chat. He's one to watch. Casey Big Bacon Sandwich gonna be rolling off fifth in the 27 machine. And outside of him, fellow HRH Motorsports member Caleb Mr. Sanded Durgan in the 17 machine. Chris Sabasque out of Phantom Motorsports rolling off seventh this evening in the 21 car. Outside of him is gonna be Robert Charette in the 64 out of 64 989 Racing. Ryan LePage rolling off ninth this evening in the 12 machine. Outside of him is going to be BJ Sheldon in the 72 car. Jason Gunnels, another HRH member, going to be rolling off 11th this evening. And then outside of him, Ross Carenta out of Phantom Motorsports in the 10 machine. Let's see here. Rolling off 13th in 13 car field. Another member of the 64 989 Racing Machine Company, Dalton Hayden in the 989. Going to round out your 13 car field for this evening's feature event. 30 laps the distance. Who's going to make it? Who's going to come out on top? We're going to go green flag racing in just a second. Pace track pulls off the back stretch. Caution lights out. Your leader, Jonathan Lee, going to be looking to take the quick lead out of corner number 4. Green flag in the air. We're going racing. Jonathan Lee hops out to a quick lead over top of Dustin Helms on the 13 machine. Dustin up high, Jonathan down low. Dustin gets a little loose coming off the corner, loses a spot to Robert Satterfield, the 55 machine. Robert gets touched. They collect each other there. Caution flag's going to fly. Oh my good golly goodness. We got a catastrophe in turn number 4. Let's see here. Looks like Dustin Helms and Robert Satterfield here. We're looking at Dustin in the 13 machine. Running high. Gets a little loose. Looks like that one might be on Dustin. It looks like he did not check up a little bit. Yeah, it was tight racing. But I think Dustin Helms is going to get the call on that one. Rough start. Rough start. Super late models are a powerful machine, and it's a little bit slick out there, so we'll see what these guys can do. Got to be a little bit of give and take as we get 13 cars out on this small track.
We're not going
We're going to delay the green flag. Race control didn't like the lineup. They're going to get them lined up the way they're supposed to be, and we're going to move on to green flag racing coming up shortly. That was a little wild to watch at the start of this race. Next time by, we should be getting the green fabric to fly. Dustin Helms at the back of the field. Now we're going to get them lined up. Going green now. On that go pedal, Jonathan Lee, the wild child, hops out to the front as of right now. Getting a little loose. Jason Guttles in the back of the 22 car. Looks like we're able to keep everything raw. Oh, no. Carrenta looks like gets tagged. We'll see the caution flag flies. Looks like we're to stay green. Jonathan Lee hops out to the lead. Shane Yates still the second spot away from Robert Satterfield, the 55 machine. Caleb Sended Durgan looking down on the bottom, trying to poke his nose in there for third. Is he going to have enough? Using that bottom line, is he going to have the drive off? Still side by side for Robert Satterfield, the 55 machine. Caleb trying to make that middle line work for him. A little bit tough as the high line is the groove. Caleb gets a good run into the corner. Able to get that spot away from Robert Satterfield that time. Ryan LePage now looking underneath Robert Satterfield. Going to the top now and turn into the corner. Dustin Helms right behind them. Ryan able to get side by side for Charette in the 64 car. Rough go of it here so far for a couple of these drivers, but we're rocking and rolling as the green flag flies. Dustin Helms gets into the wall there as he tries to go down the backstretch. Robert Satterfield trying to hold on to that spot, trying to make the high line work. It's just a little bit touchy with all the slick stuff right on the top. Robert throws it down to the bottom in front of the other Robert. Ryan LePage gets into the wall there. It's tough, y'all. It's a tough track. These cars are extremely powerful. We'll see who can hold on to it. Pop back out to our leader, Jonathan the Wild Child Lee, up to a 2.2 second lead over second place, Shane Yates. Jonathan's making it look easy as he throws it right through the middle of the track, able to keep it wide open on corner exit. Right in front of him, some lap traffic of Jason Gunnels and the 22 machine. Shane Yates holding on to that second spot, but behind him, Mr. Sended Durgan trying to track him down in that 17 red machine. Robert Satterfield still able to hold on to fourth, but right behind him is the other Robert Charette. Dustin Helms able to get around Ryan LePage in that 12 car. Ryan's trying to do what he can to try and gain back up. We'll take a peek back at some of the action toward the back of the pack here. Chris Sebastian, the 21 machine, trying to make the high line work. Able to get a good run off the top. Gets around BJ Sheldon, no problem. And he's eyeing up Dalton Hayden in that 989 machine now, trying to figure out how he's going to get around him. Back a little bit farther. Big Bacon in that 27 machine. Gets around BJ Sheldon in the 72. Bacon trying to advance as far as he can. His next time by for your leader, Jonathan Lee, is going to be halfway. Halfway down, halfway to go for your leader. Out to a dominant 3.3 second lead now over second place Shane Yates. This guy's got some speed. He's got some grip. He knows what he's doing at Fairbury Speedway. Throwing it around like no one's business, able to keep it rocking and rolling as he's tracking down lap traffic in front of him or Ross Carrenta. These guys are going to put on a hell of a battle, I think, trying to gain a spot there as BJ Sheldon falls back to last now with a battle on the outside from Ross Carrenta in the 10 car. A little bit farther back, they've spread each other out a little bit. Getting close to 10 to go. Durgan under attack by Satterfield at 55 machine. Robert trying to mid-bias. Pulls side by side. Is he going to have the runoffs? No, not this time. Not enough mustard. Satterfield trying to get that grip to set in for him to get around Durgan in that 17 machine. Riding the berm a little bit there. Not enough gusto this time either. We'll see if he can pull it off as we'll hop back up to our leader, who's now up to literally a 3.5 second lead over second place. Able to get around BJ Sheldon in lap traffic, puts them down a hair. He is Jonathan Lee. He's going to be something to watch in upcoming races at Ross Carrenta and Big Bacon battle it out right in front of him. Jonathan now has the big boss man Bacon in front of him now. Is he going to be able to lap the boss? Guys are putting on a hell of a show for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I know I am. There's just a lot of action all in one little small area. Still battling to try and steal the third spot away from Durgan and Robert Satterfield in the 55 machine, but right behind him is Dustin Helms in the 13. Dustin peeking to the inside. Is he going to have enough drive off to try and go side by side for Satterfield on the outside? Robert throws it back up to the top. Is he going to have enough to get through? Still side by side. 3 wide battle now for third spot. Oh, Robert Satterfield chokes up a little bit, gets into the back of Durgan. Opens the door for Sebastian at 21. They get contact teammates. Robert and Chris. Chris making that high side work. Dustin Helms leaning on Durgan there. Chris Sebastian moves up into the third spot. Dustin Helms get past Durgan. Robert Satterfield now under attack from Helms on the 13 machine as we're coming to 2 laps to go next time. Oh, no. Durgan turns Helms into the infield. Oh, boy. Your leader, 2 laps to go. Durgan throws it back out onto the track like a wild man. As we all know, there's only one wild man. This time by for your leader, Jonathan the Wild Child. White flag in the air one more time around the Fairbury Speedway for him. Jonathan Lee been dominant the whole race. Up to a 5-second lead over second place. He's going to be your winner this evening from HRH Motorsports. The 55L of Jonathan the Wild Child Lee. What a show for these guys. Race control is going to get them lined up for a podium picture here as Jonathan does his burnout on the front stretch for the crowd. Fireworks going off. What a show by Jonathan Lee. That was awesome to watch. Jason Gutto's giving him a nice tap. Teammates there. What a finish, y'all. What a finish. Holy Mother of Mary, sweet Jesus. That was something to watch. We're going to get our winner up into the media booth here. Bear with me a quick second. That was awesome. That was awesome, y'all. Jonathan Lee. Holy Mother of Mary, with that slick paint scheme comes home the winner this evening. Walk me through those laps, man. You were dominant out to a 5-second lead.
You know, it was. I went into the race with not very confident in the track. I was like, well, I built my setups just random track generations, and came into the lobby and I was like, oh man, this is nothing close to what I've been practicing on. I was like, I'm gonna have to figure out what line to run, and worked out my way. I'm happy. Other than that, can't be more thankful for the guys to help me out. Figured out this setup.
Oh yeah. You guys definitely put one hell of a show on. You were dominant throughout the entire race, my man. That was awesome to watch. Congratulations on the first win of the season for the Super Late Model Series. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming races because I think you're going to give these guys a run for their money.
I'm sure going to try, man.
All right, y'all. That was your winner, Jonathan the Wild Child Lee. We're going to go ahead and bring up second place this evening once, or was it twice or once again? I can't remember off the top of my head. No, he won last race. I apologize. Shane Yates out of Team 5, able to pull off another podium finish this evening. Shane, what would you have needed to get back up there with Jonathan? He was dominant, man.
Oh, yeah, he was fast for sure. I had nothing for him. Once he was gone, he was gone. I was just trying to hold my second place spot.
You definitely put on a hell of a show. A lot of action around this small little track. glad to actually hear you this time. I do apologize. I was having some technical issues earlier there. We weren't able to hear you in the last interview. So who do you want to thank for your second place finish, my man?
Team 5, a team that I run with.
I got you, man. Well, you definitely put on a great show. Glad to have you each and every week. That was awesome to watch. Thank you for being here, my man. We look forward to seeing you next week as we go to the Chili Bowl.
Oh, God. I don't race on that track much. I guess I better be practicing.
I get that car out there and see what you can do and try and turn out some good laps because it's going to be some interesting racing.
Oh, yeah, it sure will.
Definitely look forward to seeing you next week, buddy. Congratulations again on a first place finish last race and a second place finish this one. Look forward to seeing you again.
All right, thank you, bud.
That was second place finish. Shane Yates, we're going to bring Chris Sebeski in the 21 machine coming home third this evening. I think this is the first time we've had you on the podium in the super late models. Chris, how's it feel, buddy?
Feels pretty good, man. How you boys doing?
Oh, not bad. You guys put on one hell of a show. That was awesome to watch. Congratulations on top 3 finish, man. Walk me through those last closing laps. I know you got around your teammate. You had Dustin Helms fighting for that spot as well. What was going through your mind there?
Well, I kind of got mixed up in a little bit of action early on, got shuffled back, but I felt like I was just basically keeping pace with the field for, say, half of the race, and then the last 15 to maybe the last 10 laps, the car really came alive on the high side there, and I was closing, so I just tried to push it and see what I could make work, and thankfully it came out with a reasonable result.
Oh, you definitely did that. You put on one hell of a show using that high line to get around both of them guys. That was awesome to watch. Congratulations on that move. Who you want to thank for your third place finish tonight, my man?
You know, the boys over at Phantom, they make it easy. Great teammates. PowerOutdoors.net, our primary sponsor. Big shout out to them. Velocity Race Design. You know, Ross and I putting paints out for people. If you need anything, give us a shout. And, the wife and the family, can't do it without them.
Most definitely, y'all. Make sure you guys go check them out on Facebook as well. Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Design. Definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week as we go to the Chili Bowl, Chris. You prepared for that?
I don't know if you can ever be prepared for the Chili Bowl, my man.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Gonna be interesting. Plus, tomorrow night we got the Twisted 360s. Looking to see Phantom. Are you guys gonna be on top again?
We're gonna do our best. It's looking like I'm gonna be a game time decision for that one, so I'm gonna try and sneak in there. I got some commitments late at night, so hope to get there to race with you boys. It's always a blast.
Sounds good, buddy. Well, we hope to see you next week when we hit the Chili Bowl. Congratulations again on top 3 finish tonight. Put on a hell of a show. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Take care. All right, chat. That was your top 3 finishers for the Coreg Super Late Model Series. Put on a hell of a show. That was awesome to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot of action for a small little track there. That was a lot. I couldn't keep up. That was awesome to watch. They put on one hell of a show. I can't ask for much more than that. We'll go ahead and take a peek at our finishing lineup here. Coming home, your winner once again, the Wild Child, Jonathan Lee in that 55L. Shane Yates going to be taking home second place in that 111 car. Chris Sebeski out of Phantom Motorsports going to be finishing third. Robert Satterfield rounds out fourth, again out of Phantom Motorsports. Ryan LePage moves up into fifth. Gets around Robert Charette, who finished sixth. Dalton Hayden, his teammate, seventh. Dustin Helms falls back to eighth after that second to last lap incident with Caleb Durgan. Ross Caranta finishes ninth in that 10 machine. Casey Big Bacon rounds out your top 10. BJ Sheldon going to come home 11th in 72. Caleb Durgan falls back to 12th. And Jason Gunnels hopped off the track there. Going to be finishing up 13th this evening. And hell of a show by each and every one of these guys. It was awesome to watch. I'm glad I got the opportunity to stream both races. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for coming out and watching with us. That was awesome to see. We look forward to tomorrow night with the Twisted 360 Sprint Cars hit the track at Fairbury Speedway. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Make sure you guys tune back in for that. Going to be a little bit wild with those 360 Sprint Cars hit the track. A lot of space for those cars to fly around. We'll see who comes out on top. And again, next week, all 3 of our featured series will hit the track at Chili Bowl. Make sure you guys tune in then as well. If you haven't already, make sure you go follow Red River Valley iRacing, Big Bacon Media, Big Bacon Gaming, C. Ricky Bobby Imbus, and Wild Man Wyatt Gaming for all future updates of dealing with Red River Valley iRacing League. For those of you that might not have seen it also and may not be familiar with iRacing, iRacing just released the Big Block Modifieds and Cedar Lake Speedway. Next season, we will have the Big Block Mods hitting the track with additional 3 featured series that we already have running now. So we're going to be up to 4 series next season. Looking forward to that. A lot of good things coming with the Red River Valley iRacing League between all of us over here that make it all happen. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Thank you for those reactions. These drivers appreciate it. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night as we hit the track once again with the sprint cars. Make sure you keep it wild, make it sizzle, and for old C. Ricky Bobby Imbus, we're the chicken wings. We'll catch you guys later.